But we have had a month of it with Just Stop Oil. The latest incarnation of the eco-lunatics is Just Stop Oil, and they have been basically stopping people crossing roads and bridges, spray painting pretty much every building they can find with orange paint. Yesterday it was MI5, it was the Treasury, it was goodness knows where else that they decided to spray paint. But wonderful moments when they are actually intervened with by the public, those who are pulling them out of the road. And yesterday, a member of the public who defied the Met Chief's police call for everyone to not directly intervene by actually tackling a protester as he sprayed orange paint across a building with a fire extinguisher, and actually managed to manhandle him to stop doing it. I say, please get in touch. I'd love to buy you a pint. Let's talk about this with Shaun Bailey. He's a member at the London Assembly and was the Conservative candidate for London Mayor last time round. Good morning to you, Shaun.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm sure you'd like to take that guy for a pint as well. It has been, tedious at best, but actually really, really difficult for an awful lot of businesses and private organisations and people going about their lawful business, trying to get about the streets in London, but also the criminal damage to buildings, to artwork in our great galleries. And yet the great and the good seem to shrug and say, oh, well, their cause is just.
But this is the point, isn't it? Even if their cause is just and you believe that, their behaviour is not. You're talking about working people having their lives absolutely devastated. I spoke to a guy when the QE2 bridge was closed down here, when they scaled the bridge, and he said to me, Shaun, if I don't work, I don't get paid. I have children to feed. And this is the problem, isn't it? You have these people who are very sanctimonious with their views and feel that they can destroy people's lives, and we're meant to support them in this. Yeah. It's simply wrong.
And they do this wonderful hand-wringing. Their faces, when you see them on the roads and in front of the pictures that they've just defaced, these wonderful works of art, that part of our heritage. And they're sort of, but the world is dying. The world is not dying. This is not backed up by any sensible scientific reports. Trust me, it really isn't. This is just a complete load of silly rhetoric. But again, even if the world was dying, what does throwing, baked beans or whatever it is on a picture do to solve this? We're told this is all about, stopping oil. I don't want to stop oil. We can't stop oil. The world relies on oil. And these people are large. They're wearing backpacks made from oil. They're using phones that have used oil. They've been transported by oil. They're living in cloud cuckoo land.
The problem is this, and it's twofold. First, there's the economic damage it's having on ordinary working people. Secondly, they're not doing anything for their cause. Yep. People who consider themselves a casual bystander, who probably would support them, are now feeling that they're not. But the more important, substantive thing on a day-to-day level, we need to see people in authority take charge. Sadiq Khan should be doing more about not welcoming these people to London. The police are going to have to slightly step up and take a harder line, because if they don't, the public will, and that could lead to anarchy.
And they have been. We have seen that, haven't we? Well, the Metropolitan Police Assistant Commissioner Matt Twist said on Friday he understood the frustration felt by the public who get caught up in Just Stop Oil protests, but said drivers should call us and we will deal with the climate activists. And he urged people to not basically get involved and to not take action themselves. I had some people on Twitter yesterday calling this guy who tackled the guy with the fire extinguisher outside the Treasury, one of the buildings. So many buildings were attacked yesterday. He was accused of being a vigilante, but he wasn't a vigilante. You think of someone who intervenes, who then tries to punish someone. He didn't try and punish. He was trying to stop him causing more criminal damage. I all hail to this guy. Round of applause to this guy for stepping up as a good citizen.
The problem is, if people believe the police are taking a soft line, then they will start to step in. So actually, I'd go back to the police and say, what you've said is correct. The Deputy Commissioner was correct. His words are correct. But he also needs to say to his officers, let's be a little bit more on the front foot, because if not, actually, we're almost entrapping people in causing a different type of offence, because they'll feel the need to defend themselves.
Yeah. And people are frustrated.
The guy I spoke to who talked about his work, he said to me if he could get his hands on them, there'd be a very different outcome. And his justification was they were curtailing his income. We're very fortunate that the man who got involved was temperate in that. He held back. There could be a point where it goes...
But this is where we need to know the authorities are on our side. Again, defend the right to protest, but don't defend the right to cause criminal damage and do illegal actions. We live in a democracy. People can protest legally. I'll get candid.